I've had friends tell me that sustained characters are extremely important, and I, coming from Honkai Impact and Genshin Impact, know that supports are integral to many fights, if not all of them. So then why did I throw every bit of my F2P resources into a single character? Did I really break my account like some people are suggesting? Now obviously, people who say I break my account are probably referring to the account's ability to clear endgame content. Well, after pulling Acheron, I have spent the entire week building my new characters. Thankfully, I have some leftover materials from my core characters, so I might have been able to farm a little bit faster. So of course, my first order of business, Memory of Chaos! Obviously, Acheron and her light cone weren't the only things to come out of my pools, and after a brief look at my setup, you might have noticed that the only wild card from the pools is going to be Tingyun. Yeah, I really lucked out with getting her, and of course E2 Hanya, among other things. Now, in the comments of my pool video, some people have said that me getting the Trend of the Universal Market light cone was also incredibly lucky. And since it has been building stacks for Acheron, I cannot help but agree. And while there are a number of things in these two teams that will have to be worked on, I just have one more thing that I would like to acknowledge before going in. The light cone on Gallagher. Yes, from what I've been told, this is not his best in slot, and yes, his best in slot is free. And no, I do not have the resources to upgrade it now, so get off my back, okay? Oh. And also, the traces on Gallagher and Tingyun are not maxed out. And so we begin. On Team 1, we have the built like a Greek god Dr. Ratio, along with Lynx, Pela, and Tingyun. Now obviously, we're not gonna get it in the first try because the supports, and honestly even the DPS, are fragile as heck. So with no shields, we're just playing against the RNG here. Hit Ratio! Then we can charge his And my strategy is as simple as it gets. Take out the trotters when I can to get those DOTs applied on the enemies, while having Ratio deal as much damage as he can on the main targets. Ratio, despite being on the path of the hunt, is actually pretty good at dealing with like 2 targets. Marking one of them with his ultimate, while focusing his skill on the other, kinda allows him to go all in on either one of them, or split his damage between the two. And the goal here is simple. Have the first team finish with at least 23 cycles remaining. Since my Acheron has no support per se, despite her being an E6 S5, she will still require about 3 cycles to clear the next round. Now obviously, my crit damage isn't quite there yet, and that's mostly due to me farming for Ascension and Trace Mats for everyone else so far. Having looked at some of the Acherons in my friend list, I figure I'm about 110% below the capped crit damage, but I will only focus on her after I've raised my other new characters. Anyway, Team 1 makes it past the bouncers and gets to Yanqing. What's important for me here is to wait for him to summon his swords before killing the trotter. Since I do not have a wind character and my imaginary and lightning only have single target attacks, I need the DOT to take the swords out. Also, if the trotter dies before the swords are summoned, he summons 4 instead of 3 swords, which is 1 more sword to screw me over with. But really it's like bad news. Not only is it infinitely harder to destroy the swords, with all 5 enemy slots being full, new trotters will not be able to spawn. After getting rid of all the swords, more trotters can now spawn in. Taking a trotter out while another is in the field allows for them to both be taken out. This stacks the DOT on Yanqing and takes him down way faster. And so we get to Team 2. Ever heard of the saying, fight fire with fire? Well, besides Acheron, we're here to do just that. If you know how to use Acheron at this point, you can see how they each have a debuff for her, while the Trailblazer and Gallagher can actually keep her alive. With this setup, the plan is to pretty much just brute force my way through the fight against Sam. As you can see, because she is an E6 S5, she doesn't really need a team to provide her with damage buffs, because she is the team. And now that we have an entire team compressed into 1 character slot, we free up the other 3 for other members to join in this bloodbath. And I know some people have been telling me I need Bronya in my team, and I'm stupid for not pulling on standard banner, but hey, I just want to wait for 339 tickets so we can guarantee all the conditions on those 2 banners. I'd say it's so that I could pull it all in one stream/video, but the truth is, I'm the kind of guy who fixates on stuff I want sometimes. And I do want Bronya, but I actually really want Welt. And after doing all those pulls, I'm hoping for at least one of the 2, if not both of them, so I can use the selector to get the other one that I couldn't. But in the event where we get neither, I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do. But until then, we will not and do not need to touch the standard banners, especially since we have just cleared MOC 12 with 36 stars. So yeah, some people have been asking me for an Acheron showcase, and while I initially thought I have nothing to bring to the table, I have realized that I'm in a pretty unique situation, and so I'll make a video after I've gotten 12 stars in pure fiction. From what my chat has told me, the current teams I've put together will definitely get me there, but I have a lot of stuff to build. So we'll take the small victories where we can. In the meantime, I will be working on this account, so if you want to see more Star Rail, or actually even Honkai Impact 3rd stuff, consider subscribing to the channel. That's all we have on this video. My name is MG, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.